Yo, yo, yo. How's everybody doing, man? Thanks for jumping on. Let's see how much people we got in here. Yeah, we've got 5 or so people. I'm gonna kick it off. Yeah, so thanks for jumping on with me this evening. This is long overdue. I know there's a few people that I promised this template to, I say for months now. So what I thought I'd do is do this live stream and talk through how I use my template, the advantages it's given me, how it helps with psychology, how it helps with execution. Now, a bit about me. I've been trading now for 2 years. I've been funded since March. I've got multiple funded accounts. I started with 25k, scaled up to 100k. I've got accounts, I've lost accounts, and I'm going to touch on a bit of that through my journaling process through this call. And yeah, man, without further ado, I'm going to just jump straight into the template and start talking about the different features. And please hit the chat up if you've got any questions. I want it to be interactive because at the end of the day, yeah, you got me. I'm giving as much value as I can in about half an hour or so. So yeah, let's jump into it. Boom, 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 boom. So this is the trading system template. I've broken it into 2 kind of areas. We've got the trading system, and that consists of various pages, and then following that we've got the live system. So that interacts. Like, what's really important right now is to kind of highlight a principle, and it's a saying that everyone's probably heard, and it's how you do anything is how you do everything. So journaling for me applies across my life, and I've got to be grateful for trading, because trading has put me on to going, right, hold on, I'm trying to hit some big goals here, and I need to have a better kind of accountability to myself and a better process to record my incremental gains and refine and get better. So yeah, live system I'll touch on a bit. but we're gonna kind of kick off with the trading system. That's what everyone's here for. So yeah, excuse me. Let's jump straight into, I'd say, the daily trading log, because that's how my process starts. That's how I start a day. So let's just jump into that area. Well, so as promised, this template, when it drops, is gonna have 2 months of my most recent data. I chose these last 2 months because I've refined my strategy and I've been using it consistently for these 2 months. Data before then is just gonna confuse. But yeah, as you can see, I have like a EO day view, and for those familiar with Notion, yeah, this is one of the things I really like about it. You know, you can get visuals and data all in the same place, and you know, it kind of fits together nicely. So yeah, these are my daily trading logs, and like I said, there's a couple months of data. Off the top right now, I was spending the last 2 days updating these EODs because I have a wider screen, etc. So I might delay the drop of this till tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, just so I can fill in the rest of these days for you guys. But yeah, the data's here, the data's solid. But yeah, I want to add some more visual cues for you guys so you can learn the strategy. So yeah, where would I start? So say this is a new day. I go straight over to the new in the top right hand corner, and everything's templated, everything's easy. So I'll put new daily trading log template, and it gives me, you know, a template. So what I'll put in here, let's for instance say we're gonna do a day last week. So I'll put daily trading log in, and we're gonna go for 07, and let's pick a day from last week. We're gonna pick, I think Wednesday had some good trades. Let's go 06. All right, let's go 06. Now here's kind of the advanced parts of my template. It's all linked together. It links to other databases, and that helps me review my trades weekly, monthly, and you'll see how that all kind of links together. So first of all, everything's like in this date format to make it easy to find. So weekly forecast, I'm going, right, what's the start of this week, which was I start my weeks on a Sunday, so I'll put 07, let's do that, 703, bam, and then I'll put in 0703 also for the week I'm going to review, so I'll put that in the morning. And because obviously I do my forecast in the beginning of the week, and I'm going to be looking at US 30, only trade US 30, one pair for life. Now I'm wedded. And now we can just tap in. You know, previously I might look at other assets on the day, but these days it's just US 30. Then following that, like I alluded to earlier, put this life system. So I'll link to my daily journal, and I'll type in 0706, because that's that day, Wednesday. Throws in a bit more data. And then I have my daily focus. So my daily focus is a set of things I repeat to myself, set of things I focus on for the day, that I probably highlighted in my last weekly review. For me right now, I've got a solid list. It's something I decided on about a month ago, and I kind of repeat these things to myself daily. Can you not see what I'm doing? That's not good. let's see what's going on here. So yeah, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Come off of it. Come off it. No, you can't see what I'm doing. Can you even see me? No. No. YouTube is upping me. Hold on, give me a second. Why is my stream poor? I knew it up. I knew it up. Oh, okay, hands you can see, yeah? All right. Can you just put a 1 in the chat if you can see me, and I'll resume. Yeah? Oh, yeah, everyone can see me again. All right, great. Yeah. All right, sweet. I don't know what that was about. Yeah, good. All right, sweet. Sorry about that. But not what I'm doing with Notion. Yeah, let's close it. Let's see if this bad boy. You can see it moving about a little bit. All right, great. It's moving. Sorry about that, guys. A little technical error. I'll run back straight from the top, and hopefully let me delete that bit when I upload it. All right, great. So from the top. So yeah, as I was going through the trading system template, you could see that obviously you've got the trading at the top, live system at the bottom, and then I was running through what I do with each of these particular sections. Now, what I dived into was the daily trading log, because that's where I start my day, and then I'm going to touch into the other databases and how they all work together. So let me just move YouTube back to that corner. It's misbehaving. All right, great. So daily trading log. Boom. Great. I think there's a little bit of a delay, but that's only going to be on my side. All right, good. So daily trading log, as you can see from these little gallery parts, we've got end of day markups, and we've got some data showing how the day's performance has been. We've got a couple of views here. We can view it either like this, or we can view it in a table view. Honestly, I use the table view on a daily basis, but I do like the EO day view if I'm just like looking at how the days have gone. So I'm just gonna run through like how I start my day from a trading perspective. So I'm normally up for London session, and at that point I start a daily log. Now I'm just gonna imitate a day that had some good trades. So we're gonna do, yeah, what's that, Thursday, right? So morning time, jumping in, everything's templated, so jumping to the daily template log at the top right corner, and I'll put daily trading log 22 07 08. I was just trying to find that good day again, some clean price action. We'll do a little demo. Yeah, that's what I said. All right. Now, what we've got in here is the weekly forecast, and like I said before, I do a weekly forecast. You may see it in my Telegram and I use a template from Notion. So I'll always have this already loaded or ready to reference. So I'll just bang these in. Won't be too much talking, I kind of explained it already. And you link that to the day that is from my life system, my other journaling system. Now, when it gets to daily focus, I was talking about the words or the things I repeat to myself and the things I'm focusing on. So nice and easy, working on the same things for a while. So I'll just copy and paste that in. Just go back here. Copy and paste that in. Great, here we go. And then I'll be looking at 707. Put the wrong date in. So yeah, put my daily focus in. I repeat this to myself in the morning, so part of my affirmation process, and that's about it for the kickoff of this section. Then, as coming to my objectives, I set objectives for the day, and that helps me monitor my kind of process compliance, because there's multiple things you can measure outside of your P&L, which will point to like, why did you go wrong that today, rather than I just lost a load of trades. So in here, you'll be thankful that in the template you're going to get, I've automated this a bit, but just as an example, I put in 3 on the top down, thing that I always aim to complete. Just open this full screen. Okay, pre-London top down. Play games with me today. All right. I'm not gonna fight it. Not gonna fight it. All right, let's look at a day that's completed. I'm not gonna fight it. I want to get past this part. So yeah, let's run for a day that's completed. So as you can see here, I put my daily focus, and then from that point, I'll normally put in my process objectives. The template is no longer linked to my live journal, so hence some of these parts are not working or they're missing. I've had to make it private, obviously, a little bit. But yeah, from there, I'll put some process objectives, and then from that point, I do my morning markups. That obviously I drop in Telegram as well. So I'll do like a 4 hour and a 15. I'll drop that in there, and I'll add a little narrative if necessary. From that point, this is kind of the page I'm looking at for the whole of my trading day, really. And I will log any observations or any trades directly in this page. Now, just for the, let me go to actually my real live system. You know, trust when you do something live, once they're up here. Right, let's just come pull into. That's the day we want to look at. So Thursday, right? So it filled in properly. So yeah, the objectives will show up like this. I'll type them in, and then like throughout the day, I'll tick them off as I've done things. So done my top downs. That I can keep my discipline. When my trades all compliant, did I journal my trades? Did I do my EOD? And then I go into like my morning checklist. So I have a daily affirmation. Obviously, I have water and coffee, MT5, top down, check news, all that kind of stuff. And it's just another tip. Like, I'm just used to waking up, doing this, and just kind of smashing through this list, puts me in a positive mindset, and I'm ready to go. Then following that, we kind of, ready to start trading. And what I learned from a book called The Mental Game of Trading is this little system where it said to journal observations of your day, how you felt, like trading incidents that happened, and then reflect on those outside of just trades I got into, trades that I won, trades that I lost. So yeah, it's what this section is about, and this really ties into my end of day, kind of an end of week reviews of how things have gone. Following that, now we're into the trading journal section. So to set this up, you've got to do a little config at the beginning. There's some filters on this area just so you see the relevant trades from today and you're not looking at like all your data. You put in the date, so the day that you're trading, and then the day after, so it just looks at trades that are open on that day, closed before that day. Then link in, this would already be linked in to be fair, your daily trading log, then the day, and then the week that you're trading. So pretty much the same data that you're putting in at the top, forecast those dates. So that is the trading log, and this is the page I use day to day trading, etc. Now I'm just going to jump and show some other parts, and then we'll do kind of like a live log and see how that works. So let's just jump back to the template. Boom. So that's the trading log. Now, outside of that, we've got the weekly forecast. I like this process. Do it on a Sunday. I will, open one of these up. And similarly, we've got some data to put in. When you link this date to one of the daily trading logs, what it does is make sure these trades are associated with this week, so you don't ever feel this in this view, but it updates throughout the week. All automated, quite handy. There's a template for this. What I like to look at on a weekly basis is the structure coming into the week, news events, investing.com, great site. And I like to summarize fundamentals just so I have a view on it. I don't trade fundamental, but it's good to know what's going on. Then I do a top down and I stick my narrative in there. That sets me for the week. And to be fair, not to boast, but it plays out quite reliably. And that gives you that added confidence that your forecasting is strong, your technicals are strong. So day to day, you're following a higher time frame analysis rather than just playing smaller rangey, etc. So yeah, that's pretty simple. That's a weekly forecast. Then the next real high value part, before I jump into that, I'll just show you the trading journal itself. So trading journal itself, I never really enter on this screen. It's just like a database that collects all the trades that I'm putting in my daily journal, etc. And yeah, you can view them. I've got some filters up here for open this week, missed trades, winning trades, losing trades, non-compliant trades. Again, another view to kind of get some quick summaries. But yeah, all your trades will be in here. I'll go back to this view. Boom. Now, if I jump into the ASR view, which is my favorite view, we can see the kind of weekly progression of results, etc. And this is a good time to kind of go in performance and how I actually track performance. So obviously the percentage growth, really important. We're trying to make money, and that's the most important thing at the end of the day. We can track all this other stuff, but we want to know how much money we're making. I never put dollar amounts anymore. I found that I got too caught up in it. So I only, yeah, yeah, one pair, 100%. But yeah, I found all that dollar amount stuff kind of just blows my mind. Especially on weeks where, you know, I've lost 6%. I'm like, oh, that's like at one, that's like over 6 grand because I had multiple accounts being copied. So yeah, hard week. So yeah, so over the last 2 months, took 17%. Could have been a lot better. Bar for a couple of weeks, I completely lost my discipline. So it's like 1, 2, 3 weeks that, you know, don't want to repeat those. However, had a couple of really good weeks, a couple of small win weeks, and overall, I think like at this point, I just want to emphasize, yeah, 100% we could be making 30% a week, or you know, those crazy numbers. But trust me, 17% on funded accounts is enough. It's a lot of money. So yeah, I just wanted to show that, be totally transparent. Now, the next columns is how I really measure myself. The next one along there is like missed trades. This is one of my favorite things that I track. I journal every trade that like matches my strategy, and I do a full, you know, trade evaluation. Pretend that I would have taken the partials at where I take the partials, so it's accurate to my strategy, and it shows that look, I'm really underperforming the potential of my strategy. Gives me good headroom and kind of encourages me to carry on even when I had a bad week, because I'm knowing on average there's over 100% a week to, you know, bang in. Hey Wolfish, good to see you, man. You've been asking for this template for ages. But yeah, the next really big stat, execution accuracy. So when I go into like a journal entry, you'll see how it generates this, but it's basically looking for trades that I've executed with an error, and does the maths and works out over the week how accurately was I executing. So inevitably, you know, this is just quite interesting. This was a good week to like look at. I had a 58% execution accuracy, which is one of my higher, and I executed around 50% of the trades, but I end up losing 6%. So it shows that, yeah, I could have been executing pretty well, but I had moments within that week that really let me down. But I was executing well overall. So carried that into next week, made a little profit, and just kept the faith to keep executing above 50%. Then I get my 15% week. Next one I look at is trades executed. So that's how many trades that match my confirmation for a high probability trade that I take. Now, this one I was really working on because I missed a lot of trades. I'm distracted, got a lot on, family, etc. And my target is generally to get to 50%. And I think I've only managed it 3 times in the last 2 months. But I know that if I execute about 60% of the valid trades, I'm just going to make money. So yeah, another thing to look at, and you'll be able to do with this system. Plan compliant, it looks for all the invalid trades are placed and then works out percentage of how valid the trades are. So this is good. A good week, didn't take any invalid trades. Brilliant, 15%. Generally, this is a good indicator of a poor performing week. And yeah, this last week, yeah, I was just frustrated with the rangy price action. Gave away 5%. So it shows next week, what am I working on? Compliant trades. Trade management is, am I taking partials? Am I break evening when I should do, all that stuff. If I'm doing that, I'll have a high score here. These are like underlying things for profitability. This is a good one. Average trade score. So if I'm taking lots of non-compliant trades, then my trade score is going to go down. Instead of like having a, out of my confirmations, a 90% or 80% average trade, I'm down at 36%. Terrible. Next two, I track the type of errors: analytical, discipline, and psychological. Analytical errors are, say for instance, I misanalyze the range or the entry model and take a non-compliant trade, typically analytical error. Discipline error would be more of, I didn't follow my plan at all. I just FOMO'd into a trade. And psychological errors are like when I get angry, frustrated, and make bad trading decisions, or I get scared, close a trade early. And I like to monitor those things, because then again, end of the week, I can go, this is exactly where I went wrong. This is what I'm working on. I'm not a bad trader, but I've got to work on these bits. Scroll along a bit. We've got process compliance. So earlier I showed like the objectives I tick off every morning. Am I doing like my objectives in the morning, end of day routine? And again, the reason I'm sharing this is like, no trade is perfect. We're all on this curve, learning curve. It's an upward curve. I'd imagine I do this in 3 months from now, and these numbers are going to be much higher. But I thought it was good to share because I'm still profitable with numbers at this point. But it's good to know where you are. This is the things I measure myself against, not just like, again, the P&L. I track how many pro-trend trades I take. Momentum trades, something specific to my strategy, where I want to be on the right side of order flow, and that's what I call momentum. How many trades did I take partials on, and my strike rate. Obviously, strike rate for me, very important, and I'm aiming for 60%. I nearly got there that week. I was like, oh, close. But generally, like you see, average 43%. I really want to get it up. Q3, smash it out, like get at 60%. Trading habits, something that's from my life system. And then how many of the trades that occurred had I forecasted? So like how many shorts came in that I forecasted it at the beginning of the session, and I track that just to see, like are my top downs actually working? And then how many trades I've taken each week. And the number, generally, when it's lower, I have a more profitable week. So yeah, I know that, and I'm working on it. Oh, it's snapping about. Bam. So yeah, that all clear. Running through those stats. I know it's a bit long-handed, but to explain what the template is doing. So I'm just gonna jump into a nice week. No one wants to look at losing, but again, you have all this data, you can dig it into yourself, or dig into it yourself. So the beauty of it all being linked is all of, say, the data here is automatically populated, and all I do at this point at the end of the week is just review the trades and add a little commentary to explain to me why that happened, how can I do better, etc. Now I'm just gonna scroll down past all this pre-populated data, and the first kind of input I do, I've got a little filter on this table, and I just filter it to that week, the date of that week. So this is 06/19, just to summarize here. But again, we've already got that summary on the main page. And then get into the actual review. So I touched on it a bit earlier, the A to C game mapping, and yes, obviously in the template, making my real thing. Good fun. Let's just do it from this standpoint. Great. Just pulled one from my live data. So yeah, jump into here. We got what I call my mental game and emotions review, and each trade has an A to C game mapping on it. Now, what that allows me to do is kind of dig in and say, what A game things did I do this week? What B game things did I do? And what C game things crept into my trading? Now, these are just, say, indicators. I don't spend too much time on it. It's automatically generated. I just go, right, okay, I was a bit angry this week. Had a bit of doubt this week. I was too scared of taking L's this week. Right, I need to work on that. And it's just a nice visual mapping of that. Then following that, taking my trades that are linked to this week, it will show me I took 10 trades where A game was on point. I took losses as well. You can have like A game losses. A couple of B game wins, and you can see here I closed the trade too early, took partials too early, and then a couple of FOMO losses. But you know, working on, improving on. So yeah, quick review. I can have a look at that, and then just kind of minimize here. All the observations I make have root causes, so I can kind of look. I had a lot of negative, so I have a negative and a positive view, because you can have positive observations as well. So fear, confidence, but my discipline and routine was quite bad, and I had a bit of fear this week. So yeah, those are things I want to work on next week. And then positive observations, you know, I had like a good day, so I felt good about it. And my technical and my routine, so my technical was quite high this week. I did do good routine, but I didn't do good enough. If I did it better, it would have had an exceptional week, would have been even better. So yeah, things to work on. I asked myself these key questions. I answer them based on the data above, and I've just got, you know, a real clear, honest answer. And again, you can review all of this yourself in your own time. What I really like, again, now when I go to review the trades, it will pull them all like into this view, you know, by time order, date order, and 3 questions I asked myself: what are the successful trades I took? What are the similarities? What did I do well? How can I be even better? And I think this week it was like, you know, the let my winner run. I think there was an error on technical assistant or something, but yeah, that was the learning to, you know, make it really, really pop off. Now, do the same for my missed trades. Gives you this visual here, you can see them, and then I've got another view that kind of highlights trade score, how much I missed, the available R, the sessions, and just kind of, you know, how and where the errors were made. So yeah, it's a good one. I like this view. Answer those questions again. Boom. The same for losing trades, same process. And then I just do a short summary, if I can spell week right. A short summary just to bring that all together in a couple sentences, and then ready to go again for a new week. Now, I typically do this on a Saturday night, Sunday morning, depending on time. So this week it'll be Sunday morning because I'm doing this, and then I'm good to go. Not doing this process has really had negative effects on my results. So doing this process, when I do it properly, yeah, the next week I don't make the same mistakes. I might make different ones, but I don't make the same mistakes, which is a really important thing when you're incrementally trying to improve. Yeah. Oh yeah, this template. So I'm gonna announce it at the end of this call. how you can get your hands on it. And I'm pretty close to wrapping up. I just wanted to give you like a bit of a deep dive and answer any questions on things you've seen. So yeah, back into the trading system. Now, there's a couple of bits, and I'll just go to the template this time. There's a couple other bits. You've got a back testing area where you can do like case studies, etc. I used to do a lot of those. I haven't done as many recently, but I've kept them there so you can kind of see the format and how I've done them. So that's like a bonus. Everything's linked as said. So we've got a pair library with different pairs and the trades that were taken with that pair. This is a lot of my old data. I'll be canning that. But yeah, you'll be able to kind of look at each pair you trade, and like how does it work out for you? Like, what's the results, etc., etc. The observations, ATC game analysis template. So this is what's linked into the actual individual trades to enable you to select A to C game, etc. And you know, I review this probably quarterly, monthly. I look at it. But if you've not read the book, Mental Game of Trading, get your hand on that. And they talk about, we'll jump and look at little order flow in a minute. So yeah, ATC game mapping. You're supposed to review this as you feel like you've made a kind of incremental jump in your trading and change what C game means to you. So for example, I always take partials now, so I can delete that. It's not my C game anymore. Like, it's not a part of my kind of like errors that I make. I'm not a stubborn trader anymore. I'm flexible. Get rid of that. Chasing price, you see, don't really get that a lot. Delete that. And what should happen is this C game should really get really small, and then in your A game you should see like, and again, where I like the way it's all linked, the gains from using your A game. Can I share my full template? Yeah, I will, but there's a price. And I've got something special for everyone that jumped on today anyway. So yeah, don't worry, I've got you. So yeah, got my A game, B game, C game, and the idea is like, yeah, you should get to a point. There's only a couple of things in your C game. I've really got to update mine, but yeah, time. So probably over the next couple of weeks, I'll update mine. I'll post it somewhere. But yeah, this is a good way to look at like what's causing you the most errors. Sorry, the most percentage loss, the most misses. And, you know, being patient looks like a good thing for me, you know? 53% gain from being patient. Let's keep being patient. So yeah, that takes that off. I'm gonna very quickly talk about the live system, and let's just see, because it's got some private information to it, and I haven't found a way to kind of hide it all. But yeah, I daily journal. I set a daily target. Let's just go through making one. Let's go with this stuff. So again, it's a template. Yeah, man, 13 out of 13 trade, 100%. So, what we got here? So daily journal, pretty much the same. I'll just type in Saturday. So Saturday I'm on. I hope so. Saturday, and I put in the date. 9. And then links to the week. Similar. So it's like the same process for the trade journal as it is for this. I do some daily habit tracking, which is again this whole how you do anything is how you do everything. And I've got some targets. I've got things that I'll track daily. I'll be honest. Yeah, I'm slipping this month. This last 2 months I've been slipping. But yeah, I've got, you know, sleep, waking up on time, my prayers, making the bed, cold shower. Hey, if you're not taking cold showers, you're missing out. Cold showers are the lick. So yeah, and these things I track, and I do a weekly review. SMD concept, SMD. So hey, Divino, my guy. But yeah, no fap. Yeah, so all these things, yeah. I'm glad that you've seen the value, guys, man. Yeah, all these things I track on a daily basis, and I review my own live performance weekly. So if I tap all these in, what it starts to do, you see, we'll add it up, and from that point, at the end of the week, I can review this. So yeah, pretty simple, similar process for both, and I'll let you guys discover this. But obviously, I've got goals that's set on a quarterly basis. Different things within the goals, they all link together. I'll drop some good Notion resources. But yeah, like boom, goals. That's goals. Let's get back into here. I track my months, my quarters, and yeah, everything's tracked, everything's linked. Now, just before I jump into the charts, the only other thing that I think is quite important to point out is that we need to review to progress. So I do a weekly, a monthly, and a quarterly review, as well as an end of year review. And that just keeps me on point. Every 90 days, I'm working to some big goals. I get to contain them at different points of the year so they don't all overrun, 100 subs. Hey, definitely treating you guys. About the no fat. Oh, you know what? These comments are so late. Okay, so boom. Yeah, talking about reviewing, it's very important to review. And yeah, I just want to point that out. Get into a habit of daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly reviews, and hit your goals. So I think the only other thing I couldn't show, if I hit like a month, there's stuff in here. Okay, this is my son winning a football little competition, top striker. If you know Andrew Tate, talk about top striker. But anyway, jump into a monthly review, because a month it's a good like thing to look at. So I have my goals for the month, what happened, what could have done better, and again, because everything's linked, you see all that data from my trades roll up into here. So end of that month with 7% profit, and then I just go at the end of the month, I'll take a hour or so, I'll just bang through what have I learned, etc. Set new targets for the new month and all that good stuff. So yeah, just thought I'd give you a view of that. This is all in the template. Take your time, you ain't got to do it all at the beginning. And I'm gonna set up a little group where you can ask questions and like how you do certain stuff. Yeah, bam. So just to kind of finish off, we're gonna jump to the charts and do a live journal example. Let's do that right now. Let's go into here. Boom. Now I'm hoping this doesn't completely fall over. So yeah, this is my trading setup. Not this screen. Yeah, here. I've gone to dark charts because I don't want to go blind. But yeah, I can't see any comments right now, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, we're just gonna jump into like an example. And I might just use my live stuff for this. So let's go into day trading log. Let's go into this day. And this will have it open like this. Yep, I didn't journal these trades on purpose. Right, boom. So let's just look at Thursday's price action. So this day, I'm gonna start doing like these little video markups. They're easier for me. I think there's a bit more information for you guys. I got this Leng new microphone, so I gotta use it. I gotta use it. So let's just rewind to the 7th. What we got in here? Right, there you go. Something like this. So I think that's where the price was at. Wake up in the morning, I'm doing my top down, etc, etc. I'll give you a bit of the secret sauce here. 5 minutes is what I map my order flow on, and what I'm looking for here is for price to break after a 2 candle pullback. I'm gonna say that much. Figure it out from how the price is moving. Now, what we got here is come to that morning. I'm a journal, done my London top down. I was calm and focused. I didn't trade pre-NY, and I missed NY's session due to school performances. I haven't finished journaling this session because I had a busy week, but this is the kind of stuff I will catch up on a Sunday. Now, normally I do it today, but it'll be Sunday, and I'll fill the rest of this data in. But if we were to just look at the actual trades that did play out, what I make sure I do, even if I don't get to put in all the detail, is I mark up where the trade kind of took place so I can go back and look at it. So it's down there. So let's have a look what happened with price. So overall narrative is that we're bullish. We're quite high in that bullish range. Obviously this is updated, but were we bullish? Nah, we were bearish. We were bearish at that point, but we were trading order flow. Now, jump back onto that 5 minute. I was looking for longs to continue this bullish order flow. So let's just jump down. And you can see what happened here. We broke this low, I broke that high. This is the area of supply. You can even call it this one. That took out that low, and now I'm looking for shorts, and then we had this big week up that took out this high. Now I'm looking for longs, and that's as complicated as it gets for me. So now I'm going to dive into here and look at this 1 minute price action to see if I can get an entry, because what we've seen, took liquidity here, and now 1 minute's bullish. And let's just dive down into this area to see if we can get a trade, which I know we're going to get a trade. Let's go. Bam. Now I'm just going to cheat for the purposes of time. Let's see how this 1 minute played out. So I don't think there's a trade there, but price came back into this area. Now, what's really important is, as we look at this price, let's use this little guy here. The 1 minute is still bullish because that's the 1 minute. So anything in here playing out of this zone, I can take. I guess there was probably a trade here, but we've got clap break even. I don't trade. I don't journal that because it's a waste of my time. But let's see, we're jumping into here. So I'll jump into the 5-second and beauty. What beauty. Explain this entry. So we've got the 1 minute chalk. We're still playing this 1 minute bullish range. We've come right into the discount of that order flow range, and now I'm looking for the 5-second to get chopped, and you see this liquidity here, sweep down, boom, up we go. And what I'm doing here is playing the decisional, the candle or the demand that takes out the supply, just to flip. Gives that the right color. Here we are. So at this point, I'm looking for price tap in here, price protecting below these lows a bit, and off you go. Now I'm just going to throw in these confirmations and give this trade a grade. So I've only got one model to enter on, and we can kind of run through the confirmations real quick. Low time frame order flow. I'm not in the premium discount of the low time frame range, but I'm in the discount of the should I say order flow range. I previously had inducement on the 1 minute, swept that, gave us a bullish chalk. So we had a V-shaped reaction, 1 minute chalk, 1 minute order flow, 1 minute POI, inducement on the 5-second. I'd even call this a mini trend line, because again it's all fractal. So just 1 minute here. TL, V-shaped reaction, 5-second chart, and market execution and mitigation of this area. Now let's just double, yeah, that's all working. Bam. Now we can grade this trade. So I've got my little summary thing here, and because we're in a bearish range, this is going to be a risky trade, but it's still a grade A. It's the lowest type of trade I take, and I think this went 51R in the end. And what's that? 6.5 stop loss, yeah, bang. So what else do I journal at this point? And you'll see all of my trades, the journals you get look like this. I'm looking to go reduce risk after I get like a order flow break. I would have probably taken reduce risk here, and then once we do that, I'm gonna go break even. And the reason I do this is I would not take an entry if price came back into this area from here. So I don't want to be exposed to a loss, because I wouldn't execute if it came back down at this point. And that's how I manage my trades. Some free source there, but you will see that, from the journals. So I'll take a screenshot. And let's go and put this entry in. So it's 11:23, and that means it's still technically London low. Throw in US 30, 7. And this is like how I put in the entry. So you can time it, but for me, it only takes about a minute. 3 goes pair type, indices, what we playing. So I'm playing order flow, 1 minute chalk, order flow aligned, refine POI, V-shape, supply and demand flip, yep, at a chalk, demand, the fib is in the entry zone, like I'm in the discount, and then order flow range, I'm in a discount. In terms of, I played a decisional candle, so I wasn't playing the extreme. multiple time frame confluence. I already know it's a high confluence POI. I'll show you that a bit later. And then I would select it's in the 1 minute, 15, 5 second, because that's the confluences I use. And that's how I fill in the confluences. Just to kind of, I did skip that a little bit. If I jump on the 15, let's zoom out a bit. Like I'm playing this demand area on the 15, that's taking out this wick. So in terms of multiple time frame confluence, I do look at it very fractally. So I'm playing this demand and then again this demand. So that's been mitigated. But yeah, that's the 15 area. It does cause a bit of confusion sometimes. Bam. Order flow phase. I'm continuing the order flow. I'm pulling back on the bearish 15. I'm pulling back on the bearish 4-hour entry. 5 second open. Order type was a buy. Entry model was the only entry model I use. Got inducement and then trend line inducement that I marked up there. Grade is an A. It's 10. Status. Mistrade status. I think it's running in profits to, I don't know if it's, yeah, this probably ran a lot because, you know, it kept rallying. Why did I miss it? Now this is interesting. There's no execution error because this is out of session for me. I don't trade this session. So in the ATC game, they put in out of session. Easy. But I still journal it to see if maybe I should move my session. And that's the only way you can collect that kind of data. Observations. So this would link to an observation that I would have made in that daily trading log. So I don't really have anything special to say about this. It's just out of session. Would I do well? Journal the mistrade. But I could do better. Nothing. You know, maybe consider London low. Put the pips in. Stop loss. And risk of 1%. And then we start looking at, you know, the larger stats. So I always journal like Howard partial and that kind of stuff. I can't see any comments, by the way. Let me just see if there's any questions. Boom, 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 boom. Dark chart. What the bottom trading so it says if you share the journal payment when it's on sleep, happy upload it over the weekend. We're taking it from the last first candle, 50% of that would be. Okay, so everyone agrees on the trade. That's all right. Yeah, the full template will be coming for all you guys. Yeah, thanks for jumping on it. So we've been on for an hour. Wow. So I'm gonna wrap it up soon. just after I finish demoing this. So yeah, let's kind of pull this area out. Bam, 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 bam. Froze it up here. So that peaked at 64R. So just throw that data in that I've got now. Bam. What account would I've taken it on? These two. And well, I'll start doing a markup. So general rule, 10R I take some partials off. Definitely because I'm so counter trend. Yeah, I'm buying in the premium. So standard template, take 75% off. As I take that high, I'm gonna take another 50%. And I'll put 20R. And this process you don't have to do, but this is how I collect my numbers. So 50% at that point, I've already taken 75% off. That leaves 250. 50% at this point is 125. 2.7%. Yeah. Total from that trade right now would be 2%. And I just hold this until I get clear signs that we're going to be able to sell. I probably would have taken some partials as we mitigate this 1 minute refined. I'd probably just whacked another 50% off. I'm intraday to swing trader, so at this point 62.5, collect some more money. What's that, another 4%? 4% at 63R. Bam. 0.2. Yep. And if this keeps going, this will be a beastly trade. So I'll do this. It's about as much as I don't want to tweet it. Bam. Get out of here. Copy link. And then what I do, I'll put in miss trade. Don't worry, you won't see all of this stuff. Add an image. That's what the trade looks like right now. That's my during screenshot. And then obviously before that, I'm gonna have my before screenshot. Bam. And that's like my before in here. And yeah, that's how I do a trade journal. And you've got hundreds of these, so read through. That's the detail behind it, and that shows up like this. Feeds into my, oh, I didn't put in the percentage, so where's my miss percentage? So right now that's 14.2 from memory. Bam. So yeah, 0.2% missed, and then that all adds up to the totals at the end of the week, the month. If you've not seen it already, I have this site here, performance data, which is all the data from the journal that you're gonna get your hands on. You know, best times to trade, average R, total trades per session, a load of good stuff. Read through it in conjunction with using the template. I might do something on how to create these charts yourself, but it's a bit long. So this is already an hour just going through the actual template itself. Now, finally, just to top it off, I've got something for you guys, everyone that lasted to the end, and I thank you for it. So let's just boom. Let's go down to the template. So the template will be launching at £150 for lifetime updates. So whenever I improve it, whenever I add more data, which I'm looking at doing quarterly, I may do it monthly, depends how, you know, time and life all schedules in. Yeah, so that's like lifetime update, £150. If you don't want the updates, but you just want the data and how it is now, it's £100. And for everybody that is still on right now, the code is live25, and when I drop, which will probably be tomorrow, you type that in, you get 25% off either package. So, well, I'm gonna leave that on the screen. Where's the chat? Where's the chat? Boom. Glad you stuck to the end, my man. So yeah, man, grab that live25 if you're on right now. And yeah, that's for you guys. Thanks for like tuning in, sitting with me for an hour, and hopefully you'll cop this and get the same value I have, and you'll get to see the ups and downs, the potential of this strategy. I will be dropping inside of this template a little trading plan, a little nugget. So hopefully, yeah, that bangs for you, and I'll see you soon. Hey, if you're not already following me on Instagram, it's DigitalDwight_. I don't know anything else to say really, but yeah, again, thank you for all jumping on, man. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.